A young man named Ray White enters the Arnold Academy of Sorcery and is treated with hostility by the noble students since Ray was born a commoner. Despite particular hostility from noble Albert Allium, Ray makes friends with Emilia Rose, one of the Academy's highest nobility students. Ray has several flashbacks to a terrible war. Ray learns about the 7 Grand Sorcerers. 4 remain completely anonymous. 1 is Academy Principal Abby Garnett. 1 is famous researcher Carol Caroline. And the last, the Iceblade Sorcerer, vanished after ending the Far East War. Ray struggles with learning the basics of magic, causing his bullies to nickname him Withered. Ray also meets classmate Alyssa Griffith, a half-elven girl, Evie Armstrong, his fitness-obsessed roommate, Rebecca Bradley, another high-nobility student, and hyperactive minor noble Clarice Cleveland. Ray attends a meeting with Principal Abby, who despite Ray's youth was somehow his commander in the military during the Far East War. During dueling practice, Albert attempts to beat Ray in a duel, but Ray turns out to be an expert swordsman and Albert is humiliated. A watching Abby reveals Ray is actually the missing Iceblade Sorcerer. Seeking to enjoy his youthful life, Ray joins the Environmental Research Club, muscle-bound fitness enthusiasts, who seek dangerous environments to train in, revealing Ray has a gold-class hunter license. He also joins the gardening club with Rebecca, but must convince club secretary Dina by turning a field of weeds into a flower garden. Despite Dina's distaste, he succeeds. Rebecca suggests Ray compete in the Magic Chevalier tournament. Abby informs Ray an Imperial spy has infiltrated the Academy and must be neutralized. Clarice is pleasantly surprised Ray considers her a friend. Students are expected to complete a forest skills course in teams of 4. Ray forms a team with Evie, Alyssa and Emilia, infuriating Albert. Teams must survive a monster-filled forest for 24 hours and collect stamps from key areas. As a farmer, Ray is already an expert and their team pass with time to spare. Reflecting on the war, Ray feels guilty for enjoying his new life while hiding his real identity. Ray saves Albert's team from a giant monster. Emilia is shocked Ray defeated the monster alone. A concealed spy enchants the monster, resurrecting it stronger than before. Despite its strength, Ray defeats the monster again, impressing everyone except the other nobles including Albert, who grows even angrier. Ray visits his paraplegic master, Lydia. They discuss her research into engrams in the brain that make magic possible. She also warns him of eugenics, fanatics seeking power by cutting into the brains of sorcerers to steal their magic, killing them. Lydia is pleased Ray made friends but disappointed he won't compete in the Magic Chevalier tournament against other academies. Ray accompanies Alyssa to the public library where they discuss Ainsworth, an early researcher of engram and Alyssa's idol. Ray reveals he enjoys the romance novels of Luna Edel. Clarice spots them and is invited to join them, becoming friends with Alyssa. After the girls leave, Ray encounters Emilia, who takes Ray clothes shopping. After a spider scares her, Emilia accidentally exposes herself to Ray in her underwear, but finds she didn't really care if he saw her. Ray meets Academy instructor Miss Gray, a former student of Ray's from his past as the Iceblade Sorcerer, determined to help Ray relearn his lost abilities. Meanwhile, Albert begins serious training to defeat Ray, watched over by the spy from the forest. Ray accidentally sees Rebecca in bunny rabbit panties. Despite her embarrassment, Rebecca isn't angry as Ray is the only person who isn't intimidated by her noble title. Emilia is favored to win at the upcoming tournament. Emilia decides to duel Ray, who almost wins easily, but something stops him landing the winning hit, confusing Emilia. Albert demands a duel, but with real swords and magic allowed. With the spy watching, Albert attempts to kill Ray and prove nobles are superior, but Ray shows he can cut through magic, leaving Albert powerless. Emilia demands to know Ray's real identity, but before he can tell his friends the truth, the spy paralyzes everyone and is revealed to be Miss Gray. She confesses that she is a member of eugenics who is behind the disappearance of several students and now desires the powerful engram from Ray's unique brain. With his friends at risk, Ray is forced to unlock a sealing spell, restoring his power as the Iceblade Sorcerer, defeating her. Miss Gray tries to invite him to join eugenics, but he refuses. Refusing to be taken alive, she inserts a eugenics scientific tool into her own brain, turning herself into a monster. Ray reveals the strength of the Iceblade Sorcerer actually lies in anti-material magic that can transform any magic power into another, in Ray's case, ice. Miss Gray is frozen solid and Ray passes out. In the past, the previous Iceblade Sorcerer, Lydia Ainsworth, took in Ray as a war orphan. Ray learned ice magic from Lydia and fought in the Far East War, but eventually suffered a PTSD breakdown. Ray awakens in hospital with Lydia, who assures him his friends are fine. As his friends know the truth, Ray explains everything. During his last battle he suffered an overheat, a loss of control of the engram in his brain. The resulting ice explosion killed enough soldiers to end the Far East War, but also put Lydia in a wheelchair. The only thing keeping overheat happening again is Chrono's Lock, a spell that limits Ray's ability to use magic. His friends insist it changes nothing. Albert apologizes to Ray for everything, having realized nobility is less important than honest effort and self-improvement. To Ray's considerable dismay, Miss Gray is replaced by Grand Sorcerer Caroline, his superior from the war who helped Lydia raise him like an overly doting aunt. Emilia struggles with guilt over Ray, who endured a painful childhood while she did not. Ray complains about Carol, who is impossible to deal with, but Abby ignores him since Carol can protect the academy. It is clear to Ray that Emilia is not looking forward to the tournament. He learns from Rebecca that Emilia is expected to honor her family, the top-ranked noble family, by defeating the daughter of the second-ranked family, Arian Albrin of Diam Academy. Emilia and Arian were childhood friends, but Emilia's jealousy of Arian's skills drove them apart, for which Emilia feels guilty. Ray offers to teach Emilia how Lydia once taught him, a method he calls Ainsworth's boot camp. Emilia regretfully discovers boot camp involves grueling physical exercise, with no magic allowed, while Ray yells insults and abuse. Albert suffers from lack of confidence, but Ray reassures him his new self-improvement attitude will lead to greater strength. Emilia tries to escape boot camp, but is dragged back by Ray. Emilia becomes flustered as Ray drags her back holding her hand. Ray recruits the muscle-bound Environmental Research Club as cheerleaders for Emilia. Ray disguises himself as a girl to infiltrate Diam Academy and meet Arian, only to meet a lost little girl resembling Arian. Ray, calling himself Lily, takes the lost little girl, later revealed to be Arian's little sister, Tiana, to meet Arian. He reveals who he is and that he is friends with Emilia. Arian has missed Emilia greatly and looks forward to seeing her at the tournament. Ray returns home, still disguised as Lily, and encounters Maria, Rebecca's younger sister, who is determined to attend the academy, especially after developing a crush on Lily. Ray takes his friends to meet Lydia, who gives the star-struck Alyssa her autograph before insisting on talking to Emilia privately. Ray learns from Lydia's maid, Carla, that Grim Reaper, an assassination squad from Aval Empire, may infiltrate the tournament for easy access to all the attending nobles. Lydia knows Emilia is hiding a secret, which has Ray worried about her, and assures her Ray can be trusted should she ever tell him the truth. Ray offers Emilia a chance to graduate boot camp if she cuts the target on his chest in a duel, though the result is not shown. The tournament arrives and Emilia easily reaches the semi-finals. Albert demonstrates his now exceptional skills and bravery, but loses his match against Arian, meaning Arian faces Emilia in the finals. A Grim Reaper assassin follows Ray in secret. The assassin abruptly disappears. At a secret meeting with Lydia, Carol, Abby, and Environmental Research President Lex, Ray learns of the Hale tribe, Imperial intelligence gatherers, of whom Lydia's maid, Carla, is a member, as well as Lex, Carla's little brother who dealt with the assassin. Ray is asked to prevent the assassination of noble students. Ray takes notice of Lucas Forst, a strong swordswoman from Mercross Academy. Emilia begins isolating herself until Ray begs her to trust him with her secret. Emilia reveals the pressure of maintaining her family's noble standards plus feelings of inferiority have caused suicidal thoughts and a certainty she will never surpass Arian. Ray assures her support from friends is all she needs, revealing Emilia did in fact graduate boot camp by destroying Ray's target. The next morning, while Emilia and Arian begin their match, Grim Reaper kidnaps Claris and 8 other students. Ray tracks them under the arena and releases his Chrono's Lock, capturing the assassins in ice and saving everyone. In the arena, Emilia is knocked down repeatedly, but inspired by Ray's words, she evolves a new spell she names Butterfly Effect, claiming she is now too strong for Arian to even touch her. Arian finds when she gets close to Emilia she is teleported away instead. Carol confirms the spell is an original unique to Emilia's engram that manipulates causality so that no matter where Arian moves, Emilia causes her to move somewhere else. Ray confirms Emilia risks overheat if she uses the spell too long. Emilia wins the match and the two tearfully reconcile. Ray praises Emilia for her discovery of an original spell. In the next match, Rebecca faces Lucas and loses to his incredible speed. Lucas meets Ray, who confirms Lucas inherited the title of Peerless Blade Sorcerer, just as Ray inherited the Iceblade. Lucas intends to defeat Ray once Ray has recovered his former strength by curing his overheat. Carol interrogates the captured assassins, but they all commit suicide with anti-interrogation devices in their skulls. With the tournament over, the next event is the cultural festival. At Emilia's insistence, Rei suggests their class run a maid cafe as Emilia is a secret maid enthusiast. At first this is rejected by the noble girls, furious at the suggestion they role-play as servants, but they agree after seeing Carol model a risque maid outfit. News arrives that Rebecca has unexpectedly become engaged. High-ranking eugenics members target Rebecca as a vessel. Rebecca suffers with magic in her eyes that make them bleed. A student named Cornea turns the student council against Rebecca since Rebecca's fiancé, Evan Bernstein, was previously Cornea's fiancé. Rebecca's friend Dina asks Rei to investigate Evan, whose motives are suspicious. Lydia agrees the engagement is unusual and sends Carla to investigate. Lydia is unhappy Rei has been infected by Emilia's maid fetish during preparation for the maid cafe. Rebecca continues to bleed from her eyes and dreams of Rei during the war. Her sister Maria questions if she is happy marrying Evan, but Rebecca only confirms it is her duty. Worried, Maria protests the engagement to their parents but is ignored. Rei finally meets Evan, who is indeed suspicious. Carla discovers the Bernstein family have not been seen in years and their mansion is abandoned. She thus suspects the Bernsteins, including Evan, are dead, and the current Evan is a disguised eugenics member known as the Sorcery Eye Collector, who undoubtedly wants Rebecca's eyes for his collection. Other eugenics members hope Rebecca will awaken as the saint and open the door to Akasha. It is revealed Rebecca's father, Bruno, made a deal with Evan to marry Rebecca in exchange for replacing the Rose family as the kingdom's highest nobility family, which Evan is enforcing by threatening Maria. Rebecca's visions of Rei's past continue. Rebecca and Rei meet in their dreams, causing Rei's eyes to also bleed. Rebecca almost asks Rei about the war but stops. The culture festival begins and Rei helps at the maid cafe by disguising himself as Lily to be a maid. Rei later helps Rebecca enjoy the festival, so she almost asks him to the end of festival fireworks but doesn't. A strange woman warns Maria that Rebecca will die very soon. Rei receives similar news from Lydia, who has a plan for Rei to save her, at the secret request of Bruno. Evan kidnaps Rebecca to begin her awakening. Rei and Maria follow to save her while everyone else battles eugenics and their monsters. A flashback shows Bruno revealing their family is cursed. Every few generations a child is born as something called a cruse, and unless she gains control of her eyes she will die before she turns 20 years old. The eugenics have arrived for Rebecca's awakening as one of them reveals himself as Evan, while the Evan who kidnapped her and is engaged to her reveals herself as Liselot Eden, the fabrication sorcerer. She then sends Evan to another dimension as Rei arrives to battle Paratrogo, the glutton who devours souls. Meanwhile, Rei's friends are getting exhausted as the rest of the monsters attack them, until Lydia, Carla, Abby, and Carol save them and finish those monsters off. While Lise defeats Evan in another dimension, things are not looking well for Rei, as Paratrogo unleashes his full power to kill him. However, Rei unlocks his ultimate power, Pandora, to finally defeat Paratrogo by freezing him in red ice. Then, after a quarrel between the two sisters, Maria witnesses Rebecca overheating. Rei wakes up and manages to use Chrono's lock to shut off Rebecca's overheating, thus saving her life. Later that night, while waiting for Rei to watch some fireworks, Rebecca and Emilia have decided to compete for Rei's love. The next day, Rei visits the grave of Howard, one of his comrades, with his friends tagging along. Just then, Arian arrives to invite Rei to join her in the Magic's war, much to his shock. In the post-credits, a little girl who appears to be Rei's sister is waiting for him.